Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So I have a cold. If you've been following me for a good while, y'all know I catch colds like the wind. I mean, if the season change, guess who is over here sick? So if you have some like home remedies below, let me know, because I'm all about the home remedy natural type of thing, but I know about echinacea. And do you guys remember, what is that stuff called? Cod liver oil. It's disgusting, but it kind of works. So I think I'm gonna go get some, because I get sick like 3-4 times. That's just how my immune system works, which is why I try to take care of myself. But my son and my daughter a little bit are like the same way. So if I'm congested, if you hear me clear my throat, that's why I'm getting over a cold. But again, thank you so much for coming to the channel, coming back to the channel. If you're new, let me give my little spiel. My name is Shalise. I'm a 41-year-old mama, wife, worker bee. Shout out to everybody who left me birthday messages on Instagram, email. I mean, you guys were all in my comments. Thank you so much. 41 feels pretty good. It's a total vibe. I go for my mammogram later this month, go to my doctor. I have had 2 breast surgeries, if you didn't know, for lumps. So, always take care of yourself. It's important. But I'm feeling pretty good. Fall is here. I got my fall stuff on. I'm feeling good. So, I wanted to give an update on SCHG. So we reached 500 shares of I think a really great growth and kind of like an alternative if you're looking for one, for VOO or even SPLG, which I do like and we do own. But we wanted some more growth. And you guys know I love dividends, but dividends, whether it's ETFs or maybe dividend paying stocks, they don't grow as much as like a fund that's focused on growth. And VOO and VCI, which you guys know I love VTI, they all grow. I think they're all up record gains this year. I think the market closed again at all-time highs, which again, I just ignore the news and just continue to dollar cost average. That's just what I do. I don't try to time the market. I get asked all the time, Shalise, do you think we're going into a recession? I don't know. I don't know. They've been talking about it for a while. I try to make sure that, we are stocked up in our home with, like toiletries and pantry type of items, medications, make sure we're saving and investing, paying off debt, like all the stuff they tell you to do, because I just don't know. But dollar cost averaging, we were able to get 500 shares of SCHG. If you've been watching me for the last year, I've been just putting money in every time we get paid. Again, I put money into SCHG when the market was red. I mean, pullback after pullback after pullback. You guys remember back in April of this year when the market just tanked because of the tariffs and all that? It tanked. Y'all was here with me. Shout out to all of y'all who was here with me. We were still buying NVDA. We were still dollar cost averaging into SCHG. We were still, even though SCHD was still kind of frustrating me a little bit, we were still dollar cost averaging into that. And just, like I said, ignoring the noise. And the fact that we got to 500 shares, which I think is about 15K. You see it on your screen. I don't remember, but that's what it is. It is pre-market now. So the market is up, but again, the market could change. We all know that. But again, I like SCHG because it's a Schwab based fund. So I do like the Schwab funds. I like a lot of the broker sponsored funds, like the Vanguard funds are really great. The Fidelity based funds are really great. But I also been enjoying the Schwab funds as well. Let me know if you guys have like a favorite broker, based fund group. Like I said, I like Schwab's, I like Vanguard's, I like Fidelity's. But I think Schwab's are a little bit, I don't want to say better priced, but it's more affordable if you're new and you don't have a whole lot of money. I know Schwab just did like a split. Was it late last year, guys, or earlier this year? I think it was late last year. I'm at work, so I don't remember. But SCHD split, SCHG split, several of their funds split. So, it's nice to be able psychologically to build up your shares, though it doesn't really change the makeup of the fund or the value. It's just, I think it just makes it look more affordable on paper. And so people will, invest more into it because they can get a whole share quicker, which is what we were able to do. But again, SCHG is the Schwab-based growth ETF. Now, it does track the top 750 company, which is kind of nice because it's just a little bit more diversification. VTI, for example, or SCHB, which is like the broader base ETF, that tracks like thousands of companies, but SCHG has a lot of tech in it. You know, tech has been like the beast of the year. I mean, most of the tech companies are at all-time highs. Side note, NVIDIA. So I got a couple of questions about, am I concerned about the pullback? I think it was at like 168. No, I actually was glad that NVIDIA pulled back, because personally as an investor, I don't like when a stock or fund that we own just continually grow up and there's no pullbacks. It's just go up and go up and go up. And yeah, it's nice the first or second or even third time, but after a while it's like, okay, we need a pullback because I don't want the stock to be overvalued, right? And so I was happy to see it pull back. I think right now I may be at $172 a share. Don't quote me on that. It could be higher or lower by the time you see this video, but around there, give or take a couple bucks in each direction. We have a ton of shares over in Interactive Brokers. Check out my videos if you guys haven't seen my videos. And I think in, goodness gracious, Robinhood, we're talking about Robinhood today. brain freeze. Not a senior moment. I'm only 41. We're going to call it a brain freeze. I think in Robinhood, because that's the one we bought like super duper low back in April. That was like, we have an average cost of like $99. That's why I haven't bought anymore. If you guys were asking me like, did I buy any more over in Robinhood? No, because I like to see that average cost under $100. I like to see 99. So we still have the same 15 shares. I'll show you on the screen. But yeah, I like NVIDIA. But back to SCHG, NVIDIA is inside of that fund. So we own it directly and indirectly. That's just me with certain companies. I like funds. Funds are great. Majority of our portfolio is in some type of fund. But I also prefer to own certain companies directly. For example, if you're buying VTI, which I love, it's my favorite ETF for kids. It's my favorite for us. NVIDIA is inside of that fund, but we don't own those shares directly. Vanguard owns those shares. We're just investing in that fund for the performance, but we don't own those shares directly. Vanguard does. So by owning NVIDIA stock directly, we are actually shareholders in that company. And so yeah, I really do like NVIDIA. I like pullbacks because it's healthy. It's healthy. But SCHG, NVIDIA is inside of that. What else is inside of there? Microsoft, Google, all of the big ones you can name. Broadcom, which has been on a run, is inside of that fund as well. So, you know, AI is like the thing right now, and it's driving a lot of the growth in the tech sector. And I would just say, make sure you guys are diversifying your portfolios. If you guys are not planning to rebalance, you should. I'm a big fan of rebalancing. I try to do it twice a year. The next rebalance is towards the end of the year. That should make sure that our portfolio isn't lopsided. A lot of times we think we're diversified, but we really aren't. If you own Apple, Tesla, Google, Microsoft, you may think, oh yeah, I have 4 different companies, but they're all in the same sector. They're all technology. You have no healthcare. Do you have any funds? Things like that. So I'm going to get out of here, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Again, let me know down below if you have any home remedies, and also let me know down below what you have been buying. Are you buying NVIDIA, Apple, which I think just released, excuse me guys, the new Apple, what is it, i17 or something? I don't remember. Don't quote me. I'm an Android girl when it comes to cell phones. Though I do have Macs and iPads and all that. But when it comes to a phone and the camera and all that, Android. I'm an Android girl. But yeah, let me know down below. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like, you share, and you subscribe. Tickle that notification bell so that you don't miss an upload every time I post a video. And if you need any help, you want to join our Dividend group, I make spreadsheets, I make trackers, the investment planners. So I am finished the first round of drafts before I start the editing process, and I do have that professionally edited, and they are professionally printed. Last year was a big success. I think I sold out 7 different times. And so I have been talking with my printer, and we are excited. You will start to hear about the planners the beginning of October, like, you know, officially. So make sure you stay tuned. I'll be getting tons of questions, and a lot of the stuff you see me use on my channel, spreadsheets, trackers I make myself. So I never would have thought that people would be interested in the things that I make, because I am OCD when it comes to tracking. I track everything and I actually prefer to track it myself versus like an app or something. So stay tuned for that. But again, guys, if you want to join, information is down below in my description box. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good rest of your day and a good rest of your week and weekend if you see this. And until next time, I'll see you on the next one. Bye.